we are doing things very different this year in the Mac Lab. And that's intentional. Testing out new ideas is essential for disruption, trying to invent something new. And disruption is messy. Mistakes are made. We learn from our mistakes. And I made a doozy in what was the second quest in the Creative Cloud quest chain before I bumped it to number 3 and put this one in between. Now, this is hideous, but the point wasn't, oh, watch me make something beautiful. The point was, let's cover a whole bunch of concepts in Illustrator in one video to get you started, something I want you to practice. However, I made a huge mistake. I'm going to open up something that's the similar size. All I did was wipe out the art that I created. I still have the 3 layers that you're going to learn how to create and learn how to work on the appropriate layer. But my big mistake, which I addressed near the end of a very long video, which doesn't help you at all, is the workspace right here. These icons here, these panels here, are all listed under Window. And under Window is also a flyout menu called Workspace. Now, if you're ever looking for a panel, if I ever say open up the color guide, well, and you don't know where it is, go under Window, look, color guide. Hey, they're alphabetical, but they are split into different sections. Okay? What my big mistake was is I'm in a custom workspace. See how this is named with my last name involved? And it's also, the workspaces are also available here. Now you open up in Essentials by default. And I think Libraries is open by default. And we're not really going to use the libraries for a while. So this isn't that important. So squishing that down and opening this up now gives you the panels that I wanted you to see. And I had a student come up and tell me, hey, their layers aren't even there. Well, layers are essential. Layers are here, but for some reason, they're compressed all the way at the bottom. So if you click on that, the layers pop up. Now we will get to a custom workspace because right now some of this is really important, some of it not so much, but layers are huge. Stroke gradient transparency, we can click on that to minimize that panel and come down here and pick layers up so we have a little bit more room. Now, should you ever do stuff and, oh no, everything's going wrong, I don't know what I did, I broke it, Scotchko, I broke it, I don't know what to do. Well, you just go to Essentials and come down and reset Essentials. And Essentials will go back to the pretty useless default view that you can then collapse and expand, and you know, the whole idea that wouldn't it be nice if you had a workspace that you made that you could work from? And if you wanted to just save this right here, maybe this right here, maybe squeeze and squeeze, and because we're really going to use layers. Now, you could go in here and say New Workspace. And up pops this dialog box, and I'm just going to call this, you know, temp, because I'm going to throw this away. How about temp? You can name it something that you can then modify. You can continue to modify this, name it the exact same thing, and build your own workspace that works for you. Now, if you click OK, and now if you ever went back to Essentials and reset Essentials, so we're back to that beginning, now you can come in here and choose your workspace that you can begin to work with. And let's say you didn't want symbols, you liked brushes because you, for whatever reason, want to get into these. That's great. The color panel's a little big for you, so maybe you squish that down a little bit. And you adjust this to fit how you want. And then you say, New Workspace, and you name it the exact same thing. Name already exists. OK will overwrite. That means that from now on, when you change your workspace, hey, we're working over here, and now we go to temp, it goes back to what you set. So you need to be able to get to the panels that you want to use. You can constantly adjust this workspace and save over the top. But this way, you're going to have the ability to make Illustrator work for you. And I know this is pretty early in your Illustrator journey to get a video like this, but trust me when I tell you, once you customize Illustrator to work for you, and you begin to learn what these things are, hey, doesn't that look like brushes right there? And you roll over it, and it's brushes. These look like strokes. Strokes! And then you'll learn that that's the appearance panel. And, you will learn all this stuff. Hey, the align panel. How cool is that? Lots to learn, lots to go through. And when you do your Gravatar, only use Illustrator tools. Do not bring in any imagery. We're not going to go out on the web and just grab things off Pinterest or Google and use them and call them our own. We're going to create original art. And I realize that's not something you've been asked to do in the past, but it's the MacLab way. Have some fun with the next tutorial. Please don't make anything as hideous as I did. And experiment with your Gravatar. Hey, I did it. I'm done. Well, experiment. Learn something new. Play around with these tools. I will end up making hundreds and hundreds of Illustrator tutorials for you. Same with Photoshop, so that you can develop your skill sets. Got it? Have fun with this.